When I was in college, I was really fortunate that I had a great roommate who, instead of taking a comic book and graphic novel class for himself, told me about it and made sure that I would get in because he knew how much I loved that and how much I'd enjoy it. And I did, especially because we read a whole lot of different things that weren't just superheroes, which opened my eyes to a lot of things. But that's not what this video is about. One of the comics that we read was World of Krypton. Now, I found it the other day, the printouts that my teacher gave us, and I said, you know what? Let's recycle these, and I'm just going to buy the book. Now, this ends up having different volumes because it was volume 2 that my professor had us read. So this has Worlds of Krypton volume 1, volume 2, and it also has little shorts, as I'll show you right here, that were found in Superman comics earlier on. You know, the Wondrous World of Krypton. And what I found really interesting was how much continuity there was, especially in the first volume of this book or this series. And I really enjoyed it. I liked seeing the story about how Jor-El and Lara met, their past. You find out in one story about Tomar Ray was doing stuff with Krypton, was involved. And honestly, it just made me not really care for the comic that my professor made us read. And I remember it not being great. That I'm like, this isn't a Superman comic. There's no Superman in this, which there wasn't supposed to be, but he shows up in the final issue. But then reading them all combined in here, it's the one that's the most different, or none of it matches the rest of these. So that, I guess, could be considered an Elseworld story or a different writer's version of Krypton. But overall, I like the artwork. I think it's interesting. It's interesting also to see different artists and different writers' takes on the world of Krypton. But I did enjoy reading this because I never really read the history that I guess most people consider to be continuity for Krypton and what happened beforehand and Superman's parents. But overall, can I recommend picking this up? Yeah, I can recommend picking it up. I just really didn't care for the last story, again, which is the one our professor had us read. But I would not pay full price. I'd find it on sale. But if you're a Superman fan, definitely check it out.